So, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts of the mid to late 1960s for the NHL were hit and miss. A lot of players that were being drafted never made it to the NHL. Now, one of them, of course, was a Montreal Canadiens #1 draft pick. Now, they could have took a very, very strong Quebecois player in Serge Bernier, who had great success with the Flyers and Nordiques for a number of years. But they decided, Montreal that year, to take a highly regarded prospect, the right winger from Vancouver, Elgin McCann. Now, born July 2nd, 1946, he excelled with the Weyburn Red Wings of the CMJHL that season, Saskatchewan, of course, with 63 points in 56 games. It was very often that they would look at the Junior A franchises or Double A for possible players. Now, we had 33 goals and 30 assists for 63 points that year in 56 games. The next season, he split time with Montreal's partial affiliates in Houston and Memphis. He combined for 20 games, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points in the regular season, and with Memphis played 3 games in the playoff. Now, 69, not too many played with Muskegon and Amarillo, 4 games, 1 assist. Now, he finally got a home with the New Haven Blades of the AHL in 1970, played 3 straight seasons, averaged about 75 points a season with about 35 goals. Best season with New Haven was his first, 38, 46, and 84. Then he moved on to the Saginaw Gears of the IHL and then graduated to New Haven of the AHL later on in the 73 seasons. Now, he was back to the IHL 74 with the Columbus Owls, then to Columbus Kalamazoo, where he scored 28 goals, then Kalamazoo itself in 76, and then finished off his semi-pro career with back-to-back seasons in the CSHL and the BCSHL with Brandon and Prince George, and that was the end of his career. But Elgin really stands out for me because at the time Montreal was looking at the Junior A or Double A juniors for prospects, and this guy, I heard he was a good goal scorer, and I mean he's told us prove it. You don't score nearly 200 games in junior and the pros unless you have some talent. But it kind of stands out because the Quebec media would always say, well, we had a chance to take Serge Bernier. But at the time, we didn't really know who Serge Bernier was. We didn't know who Elgin McCann was. Back then, the amateur draft was just, a work in progress. In that draft, besides Bernier, only J. Bob Kelly, who was drafted by Toronto, and Al Calander for Detroit made it that year. And J. Bob Kelly is not the player that you're thinking of. This is not the J. Bob Kelly or Bob Kelly that played with the Flyers. It's the goal scorer, actually, that played with several successful years with Pittsburgh and also spent time with the New Brunswick Hawks in the AHL. So he's known to people. But what really stands out for J. Bob is that he spent nearly 8 seasons in AHL before getting his big chance with St. Louis, and he was part of the Penguins' strong 75 playoff run when he combined for 32 goals in the regular season and playoffs. So this is kind of a double podcast. I just wanted to talk about the 67 amateur draft a little bit. And all my respect to Serge Bernier, one of the most underrated Quebec players in the history of history of the 1970s. What's weird about Bernier, just talk about it for a second. Bernier, was put up great numbers in Quebec, 230 goals for the Nordiques over those seasons, and him and Tardif were 1-2 punch. But like I said, 67 draft, we're still learning, and we learned a lesson well because by 1970, 71, 72, Gilbert Perreault, Marcel Dion, Dale Talon, Guy Lafleur, all those great players were coming in. And there you have it. Have a good night. Bye.